Meal one, breakfast one, meal one, breakfast one. Be ready. Okay, gotta film this again. Damn it! Okay guys, so let me make sure this is fun. Alright, so today I'm making this video about not having to eat extra carbs because you didn't finish your meal or finish your amount you counted for. So I'm showing you guys my meal right now, what it's looking like. That was pre my meal. I had a whole stem of romaine lettuce, and then I had some carrots, some tomatoes, avocados. Those are my carbs. Everything else, I showed you guys the calories, the fat, the protein, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, I just already filmed this and I have to do it again. The stem of romaine, I'm assuming, was anywhere from 10 to 15 carbs. 10 to 12 maybe, net carbs. Romaine isn't too high in carbs, but it's a whole stem. It's big. I accounted for that. Carrots, those were about 8 to 10 carbs. Tomatoes, probably another 3. Avocado, another 4. So let's round that out. Anywhere from 20 to 25 net carbs is what I dosed for, or aka accounted for. I took 4 units in the stomach area. My pre-blood sugar was 109 milligrams per deciliter. Now I took it in the stomach area because I wanted to take my time, and I knew I was going to take a little longer cooking this meal, or not as long, but just wanted to be prior to it really early. About 15 minutes, and I took the shot. 4 units. So the reason why I really want to make this video, and I showed you guys the meal, I didn't finish my carbs. The thing diabetics freak about, people living with diabetes, especially type 1, if you're dosing for insulin type 2, would freak out. You know, they'll look at, oh man, I didn't eat my carbs, I gotta go get a juice box, I gotta go eat an apple, and you're full already. And I hate that feeling. When you're already full, you're not thirsty, and you have to eat more because you gotta think about your blood sugar not dropping. So there's a couple things in consideration. The old me would have just probably got a fruit or drank some juice, got some honey, and be like, oh my god, I didn't eat my carbs, my blood sugar is gonna plummet. I have a couple things in consideration. I'm not telling you guys to do this, but look at me for as an example. I'm not gonna eat anything. Here's a couple reasons why I'm not worried about my blood sugar dropping. Number 1, I took my insulin in the fat area. Okay, so it's gonna take longer to absorb rather than the usual thigh area, which I go for, which Dr. B doesn't recommend. Okay, number 2, I have to consider the protein and fat, other macronutrients that I ate. I had 70 grams of protein. Those are 4 eggs, egg whites, turkey bacon, avocado, fat in there too. I have to consider that. That's really going to slow down the process of my blood sugar dropping pretty fast. So that's number 2. Number 3, here's the big one. I'm not too worried about my blood sugar dropping. I'm about to go hit push day. Chest, triceps, shoulders. So every time I lift weights, I don't know about you guys, but high intensity interval training, I've been learning, brings up blood sugar. Stress brings up blood sugar. Some of you, this is really foreign, but give it a shot. You'll see what happens, or look it up online somewhere. There's a gazillion sources about that. So if I can catch my blood sugar anywhere from 70 to above, catch it in the nick of time at 70, and most likely it won't plummet an hour and a half if it's 70. It's not going to go 70 to 50. I can survive at 65 or 70. That's cool. That's normal range, at least for normal people. Dr. B, non-diabetics, or diabetics entitled to non-diabetics blood sugar. That whole spiel. Okay? So if I catch it to 70 milligrams per deciliter, I don't even have to eat any carbs. Why? Because my blood sugar will go up, and I've worked out at a 70 milligrams per deciliter. Some of you guys not used to that, but for me, 70 is pretty normal, especially for lifting weights. My blood sugar will go up. So what I'll do is I'll warm up with my active stretching, my usual routine. I'll probably hit chest, a little bit of shoulders, and then I'll check my blood sugar to make sure that it did go up. So it'll probably go from 70 to 90. And this is just, if I started at 90, then I might be from 90 to 120. It just jumps wherever it is. It will jump higher. That's what stress does. So I'm not too worried about trying to go eat extra carbs. Those are the things I really want you guys to consider. And, you know, don't take my advice, but I've been learning this the hard way. Don't be so black and white about insulin and carbs. It's just carbs, it's just insulin. You know, if you're eating like those fruitarian type 1 diabetics who just eat fruit, those guys are really insulin sensitive. You know, they eat 20 carbs of mangoes, they're gonna dose for 20 carbs of mangoes. Obviously there's other variables that come in, walking, stress, working out, whatever the case may be. But I'm not black and white with this because I had so much protein and more fat. It's the morning time, more hormones are coming through. I'm about to go lift weights, drink another cup of coffee. I'm being sedentary. I'm not really moving much right now. So I'm not too worried, and I wanted to show you guys that, hey, you don't have to always reach for those carbs if you don't finish your food, if it's a big meal. But don't take my advice for it. If I plummet and eat shit, at least you'll watch me and laugh and get a good kick out of it. So that's it pretty much. That's pretty much it for today. I really want to show you guys that video about how I didn't finish my food. And it's all good, man. So peace out. Am I missing anything? Nope. Okay, so I'm headed out now to the gym. I haven't checked my blood sugar since that 109 pre-breakfast / fasting blood sugar. And then like it's really hot today, so I've been carrying a cooler. Those little ice gels, I put them right next to my glucose meter, glucometer, with the Novalogs in there. I'm gonna check my blood sugar in the gym. Like I said, it's 70 and above, no carbs. Good to go, just lift. I feel good too, you know, I got a good breakfast. I just feel like I drink a lot of like liquids, but it's mostly caffeine. 2 cups of coffee, and gonna hit it soon, homies. Alright, what's up guys? I just showed you the pre and post blood sugar. So pre was 80 and it was about 11:45. So that means 2 hours of insulin has been in my body, and 80 was perfect. That's where you want it to be in Dr. Bernstein's his whole plan, because he talks about, like I said, diabetics entitled to non-diabetic blood sugar. And I was fine. I felt great in the workout. Like, you know, that whole thing. Like, I don't understand when type 1 diabetics say, like, I need pre-workout carbs. Like, your body utilizes carbs. I don't know, man. I really don't know much, but it just confused me. I'm not trying to bash it. Like, I heard Jason Postman say it. He's like, oh, here's my pre-workout carbs. But it's like, I don't like taking a bunch of insulin, or at least matching the insulin for the carbs, because then it plays a weird game when you lift weights. I just like playing that whole less game, less, you know. It's the law of small numbers he talks about, Dr. B, to give our lives clarity, you know. So then I finished with 109, perfect. It's fine. Sweaty as hell. I'm about to go shower, edit this video, and what's next? Probably eat. I would rather eat at like 4 or 5 for my second meal, but I have work at 4 to 9. I have work, so I'm not gonna eat anywhere in between that. You know, I like to stay busy at work, and my dinner is probably gonna be like, I like to have my dinner after work, so I can take my time to cook it and shit. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon.